And
Maybe
we're
84.
live from a
Yeah,
house
we
that
are.
is
What's up,
85
guys?
degrees.
I'm sweating. We're live.
We're all sweating.
I'm back, baby.
It's hot out
Welcome to FastTrack Feedback Fridays. We got our special guest again in the building, Mike Ingram. I wish I had the air horns. Near. Give a FastTrack Feedback Friday welcome, everybody. Thank you again, Mike Ingram, for joining us. Sorry we're a little bit late. That's to everybody and to Mike. We
More
are
like slow track.
Oh,
You know,
you
we've
don't know
used
how
that joke
real that
before.
is. You know how real that is. We've been trying to do
You're
a
not
lot
the
of
first.
stuff. But yeah, so welcome back to Feedback Fridays, where we just ask people to submit their music, whether if it's in work in progress or if it's a released track. We listen to it, give our first impressions. We have like a pretty brutal rating system, and then it could end up on a playlist that features one, we feature everybody that submits, but two, we have like a curated playlist of the ones that we find particularly riveting. So thank you for everybody who submitted. We are looking forward to listening to your music. And we actually had an overflow because Mike is a popular guy, and he got us a lot of artists.
We got
to
the whole
submit, so-
Champagne music scene on
yeah,
this week.
and this is like, I mean, I'm excited to just kind of have like there might be a playlist already. I just might be ignorant, but like a centralized place where the Champagne artists can be like featured. So I don't know. Maybe Mike knows more about that actually.
I have a couple of Spotify playlists that are kind of specific in that realm. So,
Sheesh.
Nice.
Dude,
I-
we gotta like drop that in the chat or something.
Yeah, we'll definitely share
I need to
those.
follow that. So, but yeah, we can collaborate on that. But yeah, so I guess without further ado, we can just hop into the first song. So we're gonna go with the Dawn Patrol song. So let me know when you pulled that up, Mike.
okay.
What'd you say?
I was just trying to see what the spreadsheet where it was.
I've never played
I've got it
the
now.
stuff out of the browser. There we go.
Oh,
Let's see.
I'm not logged into Spotify. It's fine.
Oh, oof. Damn, dude. You're
Wah,
unprepared for the
wah.
stream? How dare you?
What?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. Okay, in the meantime, while Mike gets ready and drags us down, I'll read the little description. So this next track, it is by the artist called The Dawn Patrol, submitted by Anka Radley. Let's see if there's any description. There is no description here. It is a finished release. The song title is called Hey Chicago. You could find her on Instagram, Patrol the Dawn, or YT the Dawn Patrol. Yeah.
I should say that I have heard this. I don't know if I've heard the recording,
Yeah.
but I have heard this song. She played it on one of our Punchline live streams, and this was a big hit with the audience. I know people really liked her performance of this track, so
Really?
It's
looking
also-
forward
it's
to
also-
hearing the.
It's also worth noting that I've covered this song.
Oh,
covered
cool!
This song has been covered by no less than 4 other local musicians other than Anka.
Dude, dang.
It's so good.
I want to hear
Yeah.
that. Mike's got to submit to our stream sometime, dude.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, this guy
Send us your
sucks.
stuff, Mike.
Just kidding.
I'll,
All right, Mike, you.
I'll send you the stuff from my first EP that came out when both of you were potentially in grade school.
Oh yeah.
That works.
I don't know.
It
I'm
was-
kind of old, dude. I'm close to 30.
Hey,
I'm closer to 30 than I'm 20.
Hey, I think a lot of our favorite music is from when we were in grade school.
Yeah, dude. All right, so Mike, you got it pulled up.
I have it pulled up.
All right. For some reason, did you hear it? It was playing a little bit
Very quiet. I
very
think.
quiet.
Just
Is
turn
that
the
because of
headphone
our
levels-
monitors?
Yeah, just turn both headphone levels way up.
All right, so let's go ahead and play it. This is the Dawn Patrol. Hey Chicago. 3, 2, 1, play.
Might have to turn it up on Spotify too.
Yeah, I can't scroll all the way down though.
Uh-oh. Can't see the bottom of the window?
What?
Can't see the bottom of the window?
Mm.
Why not?
Sorry, Mike. We're having some audio issues. I hate to interrupt this song. We're gonna have to play it again, but for For some reason, our audio is
So wait, Chris, your window won't show the bottom of the
no.
browser?
I just fixed it.
Are
All
we
right.
starting? Are we starting over? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can we
we have
start
to-
it over? Yeah. For some reason, I couldn't go to the bottom of my screen and listen to the
It's
music.
still not there because you went full screen on this.
No, I know, but I changed the audio.
Oh,
So
you
like
turned
if
it
I
up.
test played
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ready?
So
Ready when you
yes.
are.
Thank you, Mike. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I like those harmonies.
Ooh, the dynamics, dude. Wow. The dynamics really that was a pleasant surprise. I love that.
Yeah,
Did you
I
finish
mean,
it up, Mike?
Yep.
Cool. That was Hey Chicago by the Dawn Patrol. Thank you very much for the submission. First impressions, guys. Mike, you know the drill now.
I'm just gonna. So here's my. I added my own verse to that song when I covered it.
Oh,
Cool.
performance.
That says, "Hey, hey, Chicago, things are looking grim. Can hardly explain the state I've been in. I don't know if I can let you in again."
Dang,
I like that.
that's deep.
I
Would you sing
know.
in the style of Blink-182 esque vocals? A little angsty
Um,
there.
it's. I mean, I was trying to. It felt like it fit the song.
No, that was
But
awesome.
I like
I
it.
want
Yeah.
to hear it for sure.
yeah, but I was really glad that she recorded and released this song because like it had been kind of an one that people had been listening to and reacting to a lot when it was being played live. So I'm gonna let y'all go with impressions because I've heard it before.
Hmm. Actually, I'm kind of interested. So there's a pretty big history with this song. Like, so it looks like it was released at least on Spotify 2019. But what's the story? If you want to give a quick spiel.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell the story of like the song or anything but like just
Yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of like it be like she's playing it in sets and things like that, and I think it was just the song that stood out,
Mm.
especially not maybe not just because I mean I think all of her writing is really solid, but I think that song maybe just felt like it had polish or something that it was like the one that seemed like the one that maybe made every set or something.
Right,
And
right, right.
or like more people started to kind of get excited about it when she play it, and then it would kind of that would end up being the thing that would make you play it more.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so that was back pre-COVID when it was actually being played at like shows.
Mm, mm, mm. I see, I see. I haven't been to Joe's, but that
Oh,
that
sorry,
doesn't match the
I just said
imagery.
shows, not Joe's.
Oh, okay, okay. What?
Not at Joe's. Doesn't seem like the right vibe.
I
Oh,
don't
okay, okay.
I don't think that
Yeah, I was
song's
like
been
Joe's.
played at Joe's.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
so.
what I was like. What?
I've
It,
I've played some shows at Joe's. We didn't play songs like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I was like. That's interesting. I wonder how
Yeah.
that went.
What are your impressions, Chris?
Yeah. So in terms of my first impressions, I could see why that song kind of like made every set. I think it gets in your head really quickly. The Hey
Yeah.
Chicago, like that's
This
already
song
in my
comes up in
head,
my head like all
and
the
the whole
time.
time, like I was, if I don't know if the Dawn Patrol's watching, but I was just waving my head back and forth the whole time. It's that kind of song. Um, I I don't want to go too deep, but in terms of the uh, wow moments, I think in terms of what is it, stereo spacing, I thought it was really cool. Like you could in my left ear there was like I think the acoustic guitar strumming along, and then there's like a little lead guitar kind of helping out on the right side. That was really nice to listen to. And then the dynamics, like they lowered the volume at the end, and I was like, you don't get that in the brick wall era. So that was nice to listen to. And it seems like they recorded it all live together.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But that's my first impression. What do you think?
It. I was just gonna add it. It does sound to me like I could be wrong. It
Mm.
sounds like it's probably a live band that
Mm.
was playing at least most of it together.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like there's a click on it.
Mm.
The tempo is a little bit dynamic throughout,
Push-pull.
which you don't always see. That's even rarer
Mm.
than seeing stuff that's not brick walled or whatever. Is stuff that's not recorded to a click.
Mm.
So I thought that was really cool. Makes it really organic. I just feel like the song, like, yeah, it is really great that this was one that got recorded and played by so many people. It feels like it sort of feels like an important song to me of like a music scene or a time within a music scene. Just I think a lot of people have heard it and reacted to it, and just the song itself is very very memorable, and it's like instant nostalgia whether you
Yeah.
had the experiences that it is about or not. So it kind of makes the listener feel whatever was put into it, which is really cool.
Mm.
But yeah, do we want to talk about anything more specific or?
In depth.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, do you have any first impressions from hearing the recording versus hearing it live?
Yeah, I mean, the first time I heard the recording, I definitely was thinking like, in my head, I was trying to like figure out like how I would do it differently, and then I kind of realized that like, it fits her style and her like sound so much because there's like a very lo-fi kind of thing that is
Yeah.
kind of like the point. And so like then it really fits, and then I'm not like, and they're being like, well, I would have double tracked this, or I would have made this a little brighter or something like that. I think it makes sense perfectly for her aesthetic. sound wise. So yeah, I mean, I think it. I don't know. It's obviously I've had the song for a while, but like listening to it, with phones is always a little bit different, and like hearing the lead guitar kind of stand out a little bit more. I was noticing licks that I hadn't noticed before, which is kind of cool because there's some cool stuff going on in that track that
Yeah.
everything's kind of washed together in a really good way. So.
Yeah. The words that came to mind for me when I just thinking about the guitars, there's a bunch of them and they were doing like interesting things, and it didn't sound too muddy. It was very rich. That's like the kind of word that popped into my head when I was thinking about the guitars. Oh, and monitoring the chat, Emily off stage says hi, friends. I don't know if you know, but yeah, hi Emily. Nice to see you. Do you want to go dive into some more detailed feedback? Was it?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that the chat is on the display. I don't think it's there.
Oh yeah, I'll fix that. Josh, go ahead and give your
yeah.
detail here.
I mean, in terms of more specifics, I definitely agree. I think the recording and the vibe go together really well. There were just a couple of points when I was noticing like some mismatches in timing between the drums and some of the acoustic guitar parts. I think just like little tiny details that that do stick out. Maybe if you've listened to the song more, or you're not focusing on it, then you wouldn't notice it. But that was the biggest thing that stuck out.
Yep.
There might have been a couple of minor mix things with just like certain instruments being wanting to be able to hear them a little bit better in the mix. Like some things were sort of layered in ways that was potentially ambiguous, but it's also just the vibe of sort of this collage of like the song makes up for it, kind of. It's just really well staged and put together and written, so I liked it a lot.
True. Mike, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of dancing around, I think, a lot of the same words and ideas. But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that this is the song that got submitted. I'm always a fan, and like I said, it's taken enough people's attention and hearts that like there's been let's see, there's been a hip hop cover of that song, kind of like a electronica hip hop, like Kago did a version of that song.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
play at Joe's.
Yeah, that's the one that we play at Joe's. That's right.
Got you. Okay,
great.
So yeah, I mean, like it's just I think it kind of evokes a certain. I think nostalgia was a good word for it. It has like a, it has a more timeless quality. I think of like this song could have come out in like the mid '90s. Like this could have been like a Juliana Hatfield opener, or it could have been like a Lilith Fair track. Even I mean, like it just like it has that kind of long lasting vibe, I think, and and the lyrics are written so well that it just like it's evocative of like different emotions for different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
I see. For me, if I'll get detailed about the recording, because I agree the feeling is very nostalgic and it's very catchy, head bopping kind of song. So Mike was saying that his background is drumming. I'm actually have a big background in drumming too, drumline specifically. So when I hear stuff getting a little bit out of pocket, it does get my attention. But the organic push pull and the lo-fi sound, it is very charming. But sometimes it pulls me out of that lull of head bopping to say like, oh god, this is a little bit out of time. But I think that might be a nitpicky kind of thing. I think in terms of engineering, everything sounded pretty good. I'd want to have vocals a little bit louder, just so I could hear the lyrics, the first time. But yeah, that's a song that I could listen to again and again. So that's kind of my nitty gritty feedback. We can go ahead and move to our ratings.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love the ratings.
Mike loves the ratings. Mike, go first. Mike, go first.
I like how you tried that.
Yeah.
That was nice of you to try that.
I don't think he's gonna go first.
I don't think I'm gonna go first.
All right, Mike gives it a 0. No, I'm just kidding.
Automatic 0.
Okay, Josh, give us the spiel about the ratings just real quick.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to do the super detailed one this time? We talked last time a little bit.
We haven't set that up. Do 1 through 4.
Yeah. So like last time, we can mention if we think that like the song rating is a 4, but the production is a 2 or whatever. And by the way, just to clarify for those who didn't see previous episodes, we have a 4-star rating system where 4 is like, this thing is radio ready to go and we love it. We want to add it to our personal playlists. It has to be both of those things. 3 is like, yeah, this thing could be, ready for radio, streamed out there, but we wouldn't personally add it to our playlists for our ratings. 2 means that recording is great, songwriting's great. A little bit of work just needs to be done refining, the production or some details that can be added on. And then 1 is like some major re-recording needs to be done, rewriting, refactoring things in some way. So we can talk about for me personally, the songwriting definitely is a 4 for this one. I love it. Absolutely think it's ready for prime time, and I would add it to my library. The production just for me personally, there were things that stuck out a little bit with like the timing of some of the instruments and some of the production stuff. So I would probably be between a 2 and a 3 on production. Just needs some work. And so I think my overall score would be like a 2.9 because of that.
That's about where I'm putting it overall. Because I think it is a pretty good song in terms of feel, in terms of emotion. A lot of the production did sound good, except if I were the producer, I'd be like, let's record the drums again. So yeah, I'm thinking like 2.8. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, like, radio ready is such a weird kind of connotation to slap on some songs too, because like this song isn't like, the whole aesthetic isn't really to be like radio ready. Like, it's like the lo-fi kind of sound. Like 1071 throughout a lot of its history would have played the shit out of this song, but like, pop radio or whatever, like it's not going for that. So that's always kind of a hard thing for me to like put on people who like probably wouldn't give a shit about being on the radio.
Right. I mean, I think for us, it's like maybe radio ready is the wrong phrase, but the idea is like, for the target market per se of that genre or that track, is it to the level of other things in that area, less than like, is it ready for pop radio? But sorry, go on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess for me, like putting it on, slapping it in a playlist is no, like, that's where I'm putting it.
Yes.
So,
Me too.
I mean, like 3.4.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what, Mike, with your argument about the radio ready kind of thing, yeah, I could totally understand that. It seems like they're going for this lo-fi kind of very indie sound. I think that could bring my up to a 3. But yeah, it's
I mean, again, I think radio ready is maybe the wrong phrase, and we can sort of consider like how to call that. But does it leave anything where you're like, this could be, there's some level of quality that can be improved to be better, or is it virtually perfect? Is there only things that could be stylistically different, but not sort of quality differences? Which again, it can be a thing of subjectivity, but I think like even within this genre, there are a couple things that I think could bring it up to that really top level. Some minor things even, but some improvements to be made.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Dawn Patrol. That was awesome. A great listen. Hey, Chicago. And looks like we got Blue Wolf XD in the chat. Can you send a song in? Yes, you can. Go to our Instagrams, either on the stream outlay there, and submit the songs via the link in the bio.
Yes.
All right, Mike, let's go to the next one.
And just FYI for everybody, we are starting a general playlist on our Spotify and Apple Music and SoundCloud everywhere for all of the songs that are submitted. So we'll have one big playlist for everybody who submits, and then we'll have our sort of featured one for those who get the 4-star ratings and everything. So you'll be up there.
Okay, so we're going to Emily next?
Yes, so we got Emily Antonacci. That's correct. Artist name Emily. Very nice. Lowercase Emily. That's important. The song title is called Living Room. It is a finished release, and we have a project description. So let's see. This is the title track of my debut EP. Very exciting. I can't wait to hear it. Debut EP. 6 songs I've written over the past 5 years. Wow. Inspirations include Tessa Violet, The Accidentals, and Lord. I know one of those 3. Do you guys familiar with the other 2, Tessa Violet and The Accidentals?
I haven't heard them, but we've had Emily on a few of our live streams as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm excited for this one. I heard about this earlier this year.
Awesome.
Yeah. So The Accidentals they got kind of like Midwest famous a couple of years ago because they had a song called Michigan and Again. And I think it got used in like an actual Michigan campaign.
Ooh,
But like, have that kind of pop sheen, but like strings and stuff like that. Kind of folky, really, really good harmonies. And they actually are featured. If you scroll down, they're featured on a track on this EP, which was like
Oh,
a big,
dude.
which was a big deal.
Dude.
Yeah, they do.
That's awesome.
They play strings on that track. So, and the
That's
strings
great.
are immaculate because they're very good.
Oh
Um,
man, did she submit that one too?
no.
Okay, we'll have to listen to it.
So funny enough, Emily will actually be playing a show here in town tomorrow
What?
at Record Store Day.
Exile.
At Exile. So yeah, like basically yeah, so will the Dawn Patrol. If you remember from last week, the Theory Dropouts,
Mhm.
Miles from the Theory Dropouts is playing a solo set. So basically everybody from your stream is playing at Exile and Make
Dude, that's
Sweet. We'll have to
awesome.
check it out.
Yeah, for real. I want to get out there.
Record
I
Store
don't-
Day, baby.
Jeez.
Nice.
All right. But yeah, without further ado, are you ready to play it, Mike?
Ready when you are.
Alrighty. This is Living Room Emily. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hot and heavy eyes. Can't get to sleep tonight. I apologize for my signals getting mixed with the springtime snow.
Good production.
You shimmer, you shine. I practice my lines, but you stole both my lungs as I scrawled my name in ink on your inner arm. I was sober at your party. You don't remember dancing all over me. All alone with you in your crowded living room. Now there's nothing we can do.
Whoa. Let's go.
Your passenger seat,
What is going on? This is crazy.
it terrified me.
I'm liking this.
'Cause I misplaced my self-control somewhere along that stretch of Gregory Street. I was sober at your party. You don't remember dancing all over me. All alone with you in your crowded living room. Now there's nothing we can do. I should have let the sun kiss my skin.
So cool.
And found a better use for all those bricks.
How is this a debut, bro? This is awesome.
I was sober at your party. You don't remember dancing all over me. All alone with you in your crowded living room. Now there's nothing we can do. I was sober at your party. I was sober at your party.
And that's it.
Dude.
That was awesome, man. See, and this is what, when it comes to the rating system, like, to me, that's a 4. Like, when I'm like, I'm gonna add this to my library,
Right.
that's a 4.
Right.
That's a
Well,
difference.
and when I'm look, first of all, this
Or it
is
rounds
one of,
to a 4.
this
right?
is one of those songs that just makes me smile.
Yeah,
because it's like
it's ambiguous.
it is
man.
so
or not
nice.
ambiguous, ambitious.
It's just so cool, especially when it's somebody that you know and it's a local artist,
Mhm.
to hear them create something that hits all of the right notes, literally, metaphorically, but is just put together well
Hmm.
in every way, and evokes something and sounds good and has a vibe. When
Yeah.
all those things come together, that's when you get a 4-star track, because
That was cool.
there's no major things that need to be like corrected. It sounds really great.
Yeah.
It's written really well. It's really catchy. The vibe is great.
I was sober at your party. It's like
Yeah,
sober, and
it's
she's
awesome.
like,
Really cool.
Oh,
great
man.
job, Emily.
That
Dude,
did
I
make
just
me
want to know
smile.
who produced this. Also,
yeah.
I can
Really?
tell you who produced it.
Ingram.
tell us.
Put us on.
Cammy Proctor, who is another Peoria musician who graduated high school last year.
Holy shit!
Played a lot of the instruments and produced the track. I'll double check.
Oh, you lagged out a little bit at the end there, Mike.
Oh,
You said-
just I'll double check to make sure that that's the only production credit on that song. But yeah,
Mhm.
Cammy's great. Also in a band called The Blank Stares, and I have one of their over my shoulder. But yes, like the production work and everything, like really came together for this EP. Like all the tracks they're kind of all distinct too. Like they all have a different kind of vibe to me. Even like, which is really good, because a lot of times I think when somebody comes out with like the ukulele EP or whatever, it starts to like it has the danger of going very quickly into very samey sounding songs, and
Yeah.
and the stuff on here is really great.
Yeah, dude, that took me for a ride, man. Like,
It's really fun watching people listen to that song for the first time, because there's so much going on in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like from the very beginning, there's like a cinematic, like the build up, like,
Dude, I mean, honestly,
I
even
was like, what is that?
even when it was only the uke, you can tell that the production value is really good, and then
yeah, bravo,
vocals come
Emily,
in.
and I forgot who Mike said produced it, but you just graduated high school, very talented.
Cammy Proctor, yep.
Cammy Proctor, that
Yeah,
was
wow.
crazy.
Props to that. Really, I mean, it's not easy to always get like such a good production arrangement where there was always something cool coming in and like interesting, novel sounds and stuff happening.
Yeah.
That is the mark of good production, I think.
Yeah,
is.
they had like a freaking grungy ass guitar, like, and then at the same time, I heard the Lord influence of like the kind of trap hi hat, like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, God, that's crazy, and they gelled it all together, and
Super
that was
cool.
great, fantastic. I don't have much to say in terms of feedback. I mean, positive feedback, I have a lot, but do you guys have anything like?
I mean, in terms of, we've already talked about all the great things, like all the we kind of analyzed on both levels with vibe and with specifics. Like production sounds great, vibe is awesome, all of that. The only thing, and I might have to just re-listen to it, that stuck out the tiniest hair from the mix was those grunge guitars. I don't know if it was because the levels were a little bit loud, or they weren't compressed enough, or the timing of some of the strokes were a little bit behind. But it's a grungy guitar, like it wants to be kind of grungy and crazy. So that was not a major thing at all for me, but it was the only thing I could offer any feedback on, any constructive feedback on.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the punch of that grunge guitar probably was very intentionally stated.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just not that might be a taste thing.
Sure.
I'm actually glad that this is the track that got submitted, because I think it's dynamic. There's a lot of stuff going on. The last track on the EP is the only one I think that got recorded at a different time. It's called Melt, and it's like the pop like perfection song. But like the Theory Dropout song that we listened to last time, like there's a couple things that I want to fix on it production wise. And that includes like, Chris, you'd be really annoyed because there's like some hand claps and drum parts that I think are like need a little bit of syncing. Because like that song is like undeniably catchy and perfect. And so, yeah, I think that just, that just ended up being, like, I think they wanted to put it on there because it's such a good song. But I think the other 5 were all at the same time, and God, it's just like thinking about the fact that this is somebody who is this was made during somebody's sophomore year of virtual college and somebody's first year out of high school, like the two of them coming together and making this is insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very impressive. Wow. I want to see them live. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Well, they're playing tomorrow, right?
That's Emily
Tomorrow.
too?
Yeah.
Emily, yeah.
Wow.
Emily is the last act tomorrow, headlining
The
Record Store
closer.
Day.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
they'll be back on the 26th too at 7 Saints.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I liked it. I put it in my library live, so you guys know where my rating's at. That's a 4 for me.
It's a 4?
Let me just shout out to the chat here. In terms of the people, Blue Wolf, if you're submitting your songs, we probably won't get to it today. Quite frankly, we have a lot.
Yeah.
We'll try our best, but thank you for submitting. We are definitely looking forward to it. We got Indy Gogurt, HP, and Mike Ingram. It's Carissa, by the way. What's up, Carissa? Let's see. Are you doing mine next? No, we're not. All right. Anyways, what do you guys have in terms of ratings?
4.
Yeah, Mike?
It's a 4 for me.
Do it.
4?
And
Yeah.
Mike.
No.
Mike's a 4.
I need a freaking soundboard.
Yeah,
dude.
we need a.
We got it, baby. We got a 4 this week. That's awesome. Congratulations, Emily Antonacci. And one more time, Mike, who's the producer?
Cammy Proctor.
Proctor.
Cammy Proctor.
Yeah.
That
So we'll
was
be
beautiful.
adding that to our top tier tracks playlist.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and if you want to like more production from Cammy Proctor, I'm pretty sure the production on the record that they made as The Blank Stairs, that's stairs like you walked up. It's also great. So
Sweet.
check that out.
We'll check it out.
That's awesome. I definitely want to. What is going
Chris,
on?
just pause that.
Oh, my bad. I was going to the next track and it's already
Hit
playing.
cancel.
But yeah, so thank you again, Emily. We're going to go into another Emily track, but a different Emily.
Yep.
This is Annika
Emily.
Or Annika. Maybe I'm
Annika.
pronouncing
Yeah,
it wrong.
it's with an eh.
Annika.
Yes.
Annika.
Okay, gotcha. A little more nose there.
And Annika also has been on like multiple of our events. We've got the whole the Champagne scene here. Well, and a lot of these are people from the Canopy Club open mic that Mike here hosts. Mike hosts open mic.
Yeah.
Just for people who are watching without that context. But
And Annika is one of the two people who has taken over at like the bulk of the hosting duties from me while I'm doing this silly elected official thing. So
Annika and Jake, right?
yep, and Jake Fava, who I think we have a song from as well.
We do have a song from him.
We have all the local legends. I'm excited, man. That
Yeah,
was
and it's
awesome.
important to note that this is one of the Perimeter Road tracks, like the Parkland folks. So it was made out there in their studio. They just did the QQ, aka Karina Say, EP out there, and this was on the. It's just because it's sitting next to me. It's on the. This is on the singles series thing that they did, which is actually they're all really good. This includes the Annika song and the Will Frillman Overcoat song, which I literally consider to be one of the top 10 songs released in this community in the last 5 years.
Oh, is that a disc you have there? Right. Let me see. Sorry, I don't have that pulled up. You're holding up? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
they
that's
released
cool.
a little like they did like a little limited run on the CD. So.
That's Perimeter Road. They're like a studio.
Yeah, there's a program. It's the Parkland Recording Studio program. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me go ahead and read her description here. So, Annika Emily is up next, or Annika. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Song
you're getting
title
it.
is
You're getting
Finish Line. She says, "This was my first release with Perimeter Road, as well as my first attempt at adding instrumentation to my normally acoustic music. Ooh, awesome. While I'm incredibly proud of this work, I can't wait for you to hear my upcoming EP, Vacation, that I'm working on now with Perimeter Road, out at the end of the year. Well, we can't wait till you submit it to us. That would be awesome. Thank you for taking over the open mic for Mike Ingram here. In his absence or in his public service. But yeah, without further ado, Mike, do you have that pulled up?
Ready to go.
All right, so we got Finish Line by Annika Emily. 3, 2, 1, play.
I should have warned that I'd get attached, but you should have known this. You've seen my past. I saw my pain in a crystal ball, and I warned you, and still you let me fall. shouldn't have done this at all. I love you to the stars and back. I love you like the ice is about to crack. I love till I'm burnt out of rhymes, but I'm sick of being tired all the time. Swallow up my pride, swallow up that lump in my throat, been there since you arrived. Loving you so easy till we make it to the finish line.
This is great.
So easy till I'm crossing behind. Yeah, so easy. What language do I have to speak to make you understand that you're hurting me? I saw it first, makes it my fault. Tonight this playing game won't end in a draw. No, cause you shouldn't have done this at all.
Woo, get it. Good run.
I love you to the stars and back. I love you like the ice is about to crack. I love till I'm burnt out of rhymes, but I'm sick of being tired all the time. Swallow up my pride, swallow up that lump in my throat, been there since you arrived. Loving you so easy till we make it to the finish line. So easy till I'm crossing behind. Yeah, so easy. Loving you's a crime. My soul deserves to die. Grant me with 3 wishes and I swear to God it might. It's so sublime. My face too numb to cry. We're all just staying high until we make it to the light. So easy till I'm crossing behind. Yeah, so easy, the finish line. So easy, but you shouldn't have done this at all. I love you to the stars in space, but I'm fucking tired of second place. I love till I'm burnt out of rhymes, but I'm sick of being tired all the time. Swallow up my pride, swallow up that lump in my throat, been there since you arrived. Loving you so easy till we make it to the finish line. So easy till I'm crossing behind. Yeah, so easy, the finish line. So easy, but you shouldn't have done this at all.
Wow, that was awesome too,
Cool.
man. That's like another like 4 for me. Like boom, 4.
Really?
Yeah. The energy was awesome. She can sing, man. What is it, Annika? Annika. Annika, you can sing, girl. Like, get it, sing it. The runs were awesome. The harmonies were great. Woo. I love the drums there. I might have like a little detailed feedback on that, but the complexity of the drums as a drummer, I love that.
I like that
That
too.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
First impressions, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, another one that's just really well recorded and produced and put together, and I think it was well written too. Like, you know, there wasn't a point where it was boring or anything like that. There weren't like 3 verses in a row, as you sometimes see that, you know, go on too long. That was all good, and yeah, I thought it sounded good. I don't really
Yeah.
have a whole lot other than that. There wasn't.
It's energetic.
I like that drum part too, and
Mike.
Yeah. So, fun fact: drums are played by Jake Fava.
Oh, shit.
nice.
Yeah, he might have played acoustic on that too, but he definitely played the drums on that, and we'll be listening to him play I think guitar and sing later. But yeah, so I think I would agree with all that stuff. I was excited when this song came out because it was a lot of what I had seen Annika do was just at acoustic shows, just solo. So hearing the full complexity of a band surrounding her voice is really cool. Those stacks of harmonies that come in, I thought that was a really cool choice.
Mm-hmm.
That song. Fun fact is that I've also covered that song.
What? Dude, we
Hey,
need
like,
to hear Mike Ingram's
I don't know.
fucking
It was just
covers.
it was really good, and I was having fun with it. So, but yeah, like it's funny because there are so many words in that song. Like she's doing runs, and then there's like a big like patch of words that are really jammed in together, and it all kind of works.
Mhm.
And I probably wouldn't have guessed that. And I do agree with the production values being good. I think the Perimeter's cranking out really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm impressed. It's like I want to get back in the studio. Oh, you have to turn down the volume there, buddy. Sorry, we had equipment issues.
My phone, this is on my phone right now, and it's
Again,
being
as usual.
horribly laggy.
It's really fun because then you do this stuff, and although
Robot
you're not
effect
dancing,
for free.
although you're not dancing the robot, but
Yeah.
it is really fun to watch you just like suddenly appear in a new place in the game.
Yep.
Hey, that's what we do, man. You know, we do it special here. We do it big.
Yes.
I don't know in terms of, let's see if we can get into dive into the more nitty gritty. I think the only thing is sometimes I heard some clashing with like the hi-hat rhythms. Maybe they're a little bit off the grid, but I can't give much in terms of like would I redo this because I really enjoyed what I listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was almost like borderline rapping over there, like lump in my throat, blah blah blah, while the harmonies were going along the sides, the walls of harmonies, as Mike was saying.
Yeah.
This was very enjoyable to listen to. I really like the energy of it. Like I'm so fucking tired, like
Yeah, I
love
like that line. It was good too.
Yeah, you got a fan of me.
Got to get the parental advisory sticker on that one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, where's that at, huh? Oh no, that's explicit. Yeah,
I think it is there, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
explicit.
It
That
says
little E
explicit.
there.
Yeah.
That little E there.
One fuck will get you on there.
Yep.
Sure
Yep.
will.
But yeah, that's my nitty gritty. Not too much. What about you, Josh?
Only nitty gritty I can think of. There were a couple points where the vocal timing seemed like a little bit early. Just like, and a couple of the like little ad libs. I don't remember. There was one that was like, I think it was just a yeah or something that was like pretty early and just stylistically maybe would have could have done differently or something. But and there were just a couple places where it seemed like that was the case, and most of the time it was like really really good vocal timing. So just like cleaning it just as a constructive thing for the future, not for this track 'cause it's already finished and it's like really really good.
Yeah.
But just making sure that all of those little ad libs are exactly the way you want them to be and are on time and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't have anything else really that I could point out from the whole song other than that. Really really good.
For some reason, it sparked an idea in mind. Feedback with those walls of harmonies, and then like the kind of, I don't want to say rap session, but a little more compact vocals there. I think I may have got buried just a little bit. Like I couldn't hear just as much. I heard lump in my throat, but I didn't hear the rest. So yeah, that's nitty gritty. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that Josh is right about the yeah, but I think it's actually a choice because it happens I think every time that yeah comes in, like I remember thinking the same thing and thinking like that's weird, but then like it's every time that way. And there's some of those things every once in a while that I have to get used to because it's somebody else's timing of how they like something, and I'm like, that doesn't work, like that doesn't make any sense, but it just doesn't make sense to me because like that. If you go back and listen again, like that yeah that you're talking about, it happens every time. And every time, like I'm always like, oh yeah, that's all right.
What's interesting is that yeah that you guys bring up, I didn't think was out of place. So yeah, I think it is like very subjective.
Yeah,
it
is.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking, like you said, Mike. There's probably even like, if I think back to songs that are, like some of your favorite tracks, whatever. There often are little things that sort of catch your ear a little bit.
Yeah.
That you're like, sounds like they kind of fucked up there, but it doesn't matter because you still like you love the song and it's just like a quirk of the style or of the individual or of the song, and sometimes that's what makes things interesting, and gives it a sort of character to the person. So yeah, I don't think it's a problem. Could just be a taste preference thing. But do we want to do ratings?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this, I would add this to the FastTrack playlist. I think this is like a solid 3.8 from me.
I was gonna say the same. I was gonna say it's around a 3.8 for me. With all things considered, which rounds up to a 4.
Yeah, I don't think I would redo anything on this. I think this is good as is. Ship it out. It's a energetic song, and it's one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm adding this to my library. So
yeah,
Mike, what about you?
Right there with you.
Right there with you. Well, congratulations. I don't have a soundboard near, but Annika Emily has made the Fast Track Fridays playlist. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That was awesome. Thank you very much for the submission.
Awesome.
Damn, 2 4s already, bro. Back to back. Can you believe it?
That's
Crazy.
wild stuff.
These
And you know
champagne
what? I
artists
think
are
the
too good.
next one we have is actually Jake Papa, the drummer, the alleged drummer, from Mike's knowledge. But
I confirmed it. It's on the case.
oh, you did. Okay, there you go. Jake Fava is up next. Let me go ahead and copy, paste it here. So we got Jake Fava and the Booth Blues is the artist name here. The song is called "Best of Me." It's another finished release. With this oh wow, this is a very big project description. 4 friends united by the almighty groove have come together to help you free your mind and dance around. Funky Americana pop mixed with a penchant of cosmic jams and silly jokes. We are Jake Fava and the Booth Blues. We just released our debut self-produced album, Something New, a few weeks ago. Congratulations, that's awesome. Check it out on all major streaming platforms. We got the band Jake Fava on vocals and percussion, Tommy Howie on keyboards, Tyler Wood guitars, and Noah Scott Larson on bass, drums, perk, additional keys, and guitar. What do they not have? But yeah, that is the product description. Oh, I'm liking the album art, man. That's awesome. Looks like an Urbana house, like on a deck.
That you nailed it.
Yeah, is that your house?
No.
Did we just dox Mike on accident? Oops.
So important distinction as a person who's in a band called New Souls that gets called the New Souls a lot. It's not the Booth Blues. It's Jake Fava and Booth Blues.
You right. Yeah, he totally typed it that way too. My bad, Booth Blues.
I'm just getting it out there. We gotta make sure we're good on pronouns. We gotta make sure we're good on thes and ands.
Yes,
Always those
appreciate
thes
it.
and ands.
Yep. I don't want to make anybody mad here. But yeah, have you heard this before, Mike?
Yes, I am. This is a more recent release, so and it can and they actually put out a whole album. So it's not like Annika's where there's only one thing for me to listen to. Annika, if you could put out some more goddamn songs, please. But yeah, for Jake, I have a whole record that I can listen to. So this one, it's not like I'm gonna know all the words to this one. So that's good.
Cool.
Let's see.
2021. This is new.
I like there's a thing in the chat that says take a shot every time they say yeah. But,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get that like
really
a soundbite. Mike Ingram's yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Best of Me. You ready to play it, Mike?
Ready to go.
Jake Fava, Booth Blues. 3, 2, 1.
I bet you think you were the one who got away and I was done.
So good.
But what you've yet to see, you didn't get the best of me. I may have made a few mistakes. Believe me, there was growing pain when there was nothing left to say. You just got up and walked away. Gave up too soon to see that you didn't get the best of me. If only you could know me now, yeah. You think to yourself and wonder how I could have changed so much for the good. course, try not to feel a show remorse. I don't really care if we never meet. You didn't get the best of me. You didn't get the best of me. You didn't get the best of.
That's awesome.
Ooh, church organs, dude. Let's go. Hallelujah. Wow.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
That was a journey.
Yeah.
And I'm greeted by the rattling of my AC again after that. But yeah,
It's
Jake
it's
Bob
trying
and the
it's
Blue
trying
Blues.
so hard. It's trying so hard to keep you cool.
To keep
Yeah,
us
and it's not
cool.
working, right, Josh?
No.
Anyways, yeah. What do you guys have for first impressions?
Oh man, I mean, right away, it's just such a.
They can shred.
I mean, I'm a sucker for a good blues, so
Yeah.
it's like a blues ballad.
Mhm.
So good. I mean, I like to let there are like a couple of nitpicky things that I do have, but just the overall like production and the lyrics and the vocals right from the beginning, amazing. I have to say, I think I liked the first like 2/3 a little bit more. Like I think the solo sections went on just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And the song was around 6 minutes. I know that for this kind of thing, like a blues ballad, that's like normal. But either for suggestions, changing some things around in that last solo section, or making it like up to a minute shorter or something like that would maybe help. But that's nitpicky stuff. Overall, love the vibe, love the lyrics, love the energy and production. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I think so. From his description, when he said cosmic jams, I totally felt that.
Yeah,
Like he enters with like a very reverbed kind of sound on his voice,
yeah.
and the
Vocals were
guitars as
great, by the
well.
way.
Yeah, like Jake, dude, you could sing, bro. And from the last song, you could drum. So damn, like that was very very awesome. I appreciated the little like stab ins, and then you'd come back. You'd be like, I can't do it as well, but you know, like you come in really hard, and then you can soften the attack, and then crescendo back up. It was
Yeah,
like as a vocalist, like that was very fun to listen to.
yeah. Dynamics were really great too.
Yeah, the dynamics. That's what that's called. Um, I agree with Josh that I think the solo section was too long. I love the organ. I just
Yeah,
love
me
organ
too.
solos.
That was
Like,
awesome.
they're awesome, and the guitar solo was cool too. I have a couple nitpicky stuff as well, but overall vibe. Yeah, I agree with Josh. I think Cosmic Jam was a good way to describe it. Um, yeah, it's yeah, that's what I got. Mike, what do you think?
So it's funny because up until the solos, I feel like that's the song like that on their record that sounds the least like jammy or like cosmic jam or whatever. Because like there are other songs that feel like more akin to that, Grateful Dead lineage.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually, I think, going to be starting up an open jam at Nola's, so that they can, really flush out those solos. Some type 2 jamming for 32 minutes. But
Damn.
like, yeah, reining in any bands that have like long solo sections is always pretty hard. Like looking at the track list for the record, the like length of songs go from 3 minutes and 4 seconds to 7:12, 2:22 to 5:28, 1:23 to 4:12, 2:24, right, 2:24 to 5:50, 2:36 to 6:33. So it's like there's this back and forth of like we managed to confine this thing down to this, and then this thing's just but it works too. Like I mean, a lot of those bands that have the ability to actually push solos, I think have a hard time figuring out when to cut, and that's where like a radio edit would come in, like there'd be there'd be some cut of this that would fit on a 7-inch, that you could put out to radio that would like basically do what you're talking about. It would either eliminate the guitar solo or it would like kind of truncate both. And that's fine. And then when you got the record, you'd be like, oh, there's so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right about that slow, that kind of slow blues thing. This feels like it could be on a Healy band record, which 7 people are going to get that reference. But if you've ever seen the movie,
classic.
if you've ever seen the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, they're the house band. They're the band that's playing behind the chicken.
Nice.
But great band, had some hits in the 80s, and like it feels kind of like that. Like they always had like really really well written. Like it wasn't just that we can jam as a blues band. It was like the song itself is really good. Oh, by the way, we can all fucking rip on our instruments.
Yeah. I mean, it also
And
almost reminds me like somebody who's sort of at the intersection of at points blues, ballads, and Grateful Dead is John Mayer, right? Because he plays with Grateful Dead now, but
sounds like him.
Right, but like think about like Continuum, like a lot of those are blues ballads, and some of them approach, some of them are a little bit longer. Most of them, though, there will be a live version when they actually do it live that has the extended solo sections, and the album version has only a very short solo that sort of takes the best parts, the best licks, and consolidates them, as opposed to spending a lot of time on it on the album version. So that sort of makes sense from your comments too, Mike. But were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say like it might just be the format of our reviews as well. Like if someone enters in with a great kick-ass 20-minute song, where like just because we're streaming it, trying to get to other songs, we're gonna probably say, oh, it's too long. But I just wanted to put that caveat out there.
Do we have any details that we want to?
Yeah. So I think in the first, I don't know what to call it, a chorus. There is a delay on the guitar, like it comes in with the hard guitar and then it goes in the right ear and then delays on the left ear, and it was in time and stuff. It was just really jarring to me. I don't know if I could offer any advice, but that was like one thing that stuck out immediately. And then maybe on the organ solo, I think I'd want it to be a little more upfront. It seemed a little bit reverbed, like washed
Yeah.
in the reverb a little bit. Yeah, but I don't know. Like overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a jam. I'd love to see this live and see them shred like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
with the church organ sound, that's like a favorite. You heard me, hallelujah. So I love that kind of shit.
So
Josh?
they're playing at the
Mike.
second record store day, which is on the 17th of July. But
Sheesh.
before that even, they're playing at Nola's on the 3rd of July, which is a Saturday. And they're
Nice.
gonna throw down a whole set. So
Dude,
Nice.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
We need to get out there.
No.
COVID's over, everybody. Right?
yes, please, everybody, go see a goddamn live show, please.
Go.
Please.
Get vaccinated.
We were begging you before COVID happened to go to see live shows. Not you specifically, but like people in general. Please go see that.
Yeah.
I think the production on this whole thing is good. For me, it was the same thing with Annika, where I had heard for so long, like acoustic versions, or Jake does a looping thing when he's by himself that is actually really really good and has lots of cool layers. And that was maybe the most tame his voice is on the record too, because he has like a crazy falsetto that he throws in a lot. But yeah, shout outs to, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's Matt Obradovic or Obradovich, who is the producer on that record alongside Noah, who is also in the band. So.
Yeah, that production is sweet. Dude, my comments were going to be like similarly how you talked about the organ being wanting to be a little more upfront. I thought the guitar solo at the end was too upfront.
Yeah.
It's partly a mixing thing, and there were also some points where it sounded like it could have just been refined a little bit. The solo itself, some of the playing, and that's also like I'm very picky with this kind of thing because I'm a guitarist and I play blues guitar a lot. But there were it's also the fact that like from the beginning of the song, as soon as the vibe came in, I was like, ooh, this really makes me want to jam over it. And there's always going to be differences about, like your style versus somebody else's playing style. But I think the mix is just one place to start. It was a little bit more forward than anything else in the whole song, I thought, in the mix.
Something I thought about, like in terms of the mix, in terms of what was forward, I thought the drums were like really kind of buried. But that might be my bias as a drummer, because that's what I was listening for. Yeah, but I was like, it could be a kind of intent of like, oh, everything else is really forward, the drums are really kind of crushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that. I think comparing the organ and the guitar, definitely the guitar was more forward.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe in that latter half of the solos and stuff too, it seemed like there was just a wall of sound coming at me. So like I wanted to listen for like all the intricacies in the solo, but after a while it got a little bit fatiguing, and maybe that's why I thought it was too long.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's
in terms, if we're talking about mix, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's our nitty gritty. Do we have ratings?
Yeah, this is so hard because like this is one of those songs where there are parts of it that I love so much. Like if there was a rating above 4, there are parts of this that would absolutely get that. And then there's other things where it's like
shreddability.
Then the side of me that's doing these feedback streams to try to help people make the best possible versions of their project knows that there's a couple of things that can be improved. And it's like, even though yes, I will add this to my personal library, the whole point of these streams is to try to like, sort of set examples and feature the stuff that's totally there and totally ready. So like if I was to rate it on like overall vibe, it's a 4 for me. If I was to rate it on what else do we have? Like arrangement, songwriting.
We have production, we have songwriting, and then I forgot what the other one is. We're still fleshing it out. If you guys have ideas, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I mean just based off of intuition from all those different factors for me, I would say this is like it's got to be like a 3.4.
Yeah,
because there are a couple of things that I think could be improved.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think in terms of, since I talked about it, mix stuff a lot, and staying true to the rating system where we say 2 is like, if I was a producer on this, would I tweak some stuff?
That's true.
I would say it's like a 2.9 for me. It is closer to a 3 because, dude, I jammed during this. Like I loved it, but my ears did get kind of tired. So.
Yeah, the rating scale is not linear, so it's not like the number of points away from 4 is important. It's more like what each level signifies.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
2 is not like a 50%. 2 is like the recording is great, but there's just some production work that needs to be done. And then
Yeah.
3 is like ready, but we wouldn't add it. So there's different factors that go into rating.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Mike,
we'll have to make some sort of distinction on that, so we don't have to explain it every time too. But
No, I was going to say that a rating system where you have to explain it every time that you use it is a really good idea.
we're gonna have
So-
a graphic up on the stream next time. We just
Yeah.
like didn't have time this
so
time.
the thing is, like, I've seen streams do this before, and some people do the 100%, like how many percent's at 100, and what I always see is that the bottom 50% is never used. So it's like it's kind of useless. Like that range from 0 to 50, it's like,
Well, it's
if
like
you-
in
if you
school.
want- yeah, if you want nuance, but you're not using half the scale, you know.
In
But
school,
then again, we haven't given anybody a 1. But quite frankly, I've heard 1s before, and we're not getting those kind of submissions.
not
so,
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we we need to come up with a way to communicate our ratings a little better, and maybe just get a better system. But yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because if you hear number, you automatically start to think like you're ranking it like
F.
numerically.
Linearly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
numerically.
Whereas like I don't even
point.
know like if it was like even letters, but letters do the same thing. But like if you had it like color coded, like well red goes straight to the playlist, but
Yeah.
blue is like I need some cooking still, and then like yellow is
That's a good idea, actually.
Ooh.
It makes it less like, oh no, I got 2.5 out of 4. That's bad. It's more like, okay, these are what the meanings are rather than scores. I like that.
Dude, the color a color scale would be interesting.
Dude, if we needed to have like you know how we do in between ones sometimes,
Mhm.
just have shades in between the
Yeah,
colors.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep,
good
it's
idea.
right,
Mike.
it's right between
Cool.
yellow and blue, so it's a green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
We should
we'll
try
look
that.
into that.
But,
I'm what they like to call an ideas man.
yeah.
Well, me and Chris are too, except our ideas aren't always that good.
Yeah. And we come up with a lot more ideas. And
Listen,
we can
I just ran for an office, got it, and then got rid of it when I could have kept it when I could have kept it for 4 years and made $400,000. So like my ideas aren't always the best either. If I'm being
yeah,
honest.
dude, you could have milked that
What a
little bit
meme,
more,
except
you know
you're
what I'm
saving
saying?
all the taxpayers' money, so that's
know.
good.
Oh,
Tax-
man.
The taxpayers were like, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, public servant. Right.
Right.
I see.
Steward of our money.
Yeah, come on,
Right,
Mike. All right,
right.
we know you're still being paid. Okay, I'm just kidding.
It's great.
Yeah, actually, I want to be respectful of your time, Mike. I know we're a little bit late. How long do you think you'll be? Like, how many couple songs? Like 1, 2, or are we done now? What's that?
I could probably pop out 2 more or so. I gotta go down to Exile because we have to prep for tomorrow morning for record
Choo.
store.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I peeped at the time. I was like 7. It's like, ooh, that's later than what we usually do. So
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure. And actually, everybody, someone in the chat, Jacob Bear Johnson, bro, did you guys already play me? I just got back. My bad. You're okay.
He
You're
would be
right
the
on
last
time.
one that we do today.
Huh?
He would be the last one that we do because he's the next one, except he resubmitted.
Jacob
So-
Johnson, you the one.
But first we would have
Issa?
Yeah, Issa, because
Oh, my
Yuda
bad, the
one
order's
was resubmitted after that. I don't know if it's updated or something.
All right, Jacob, you sit tight. We'll get to you after this Issa song. So, Mike, we're gonna do this Issa. If you see
Got it. Yep.
All right, let's see. Copy.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to figure out if it's Issa or Isa because then I feel bad. But like, there's no pronunciation key. So
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. They got to help us out there. Okay. I think it's like Issa vibe.
Like Issa vibe.
that was my general thought.
Yeah, it's a kind of a popular term now. Oh no, trying to play ads. Oops. There's a description on this too. I want to read it. All right, so we got it pulled up. Artist name Issa, first name Issa, last name Issa. Probably not. Song title Bonnie and Clyde. It's a finished release. And let's see. The description says Bonnie and Clyde is a love story song who talks about unconditional love. The full track is in English and French. Whoa, interesting.
Cool.
The vocals in the mix by me. So we see vocalist over a instrumental, R&B and soul. Do you know of this artist by chance?
No,
Oh, great. All right, so
I-
we're
I
going
don't
in
think-
blind, everybody.
I don't think somebody's probably like, you know how many times I went to open mic and he doesn't remember. Like,
What a jerk. Everybody
Yeah.
cancel Mike Ingram.
do
All
it.
right. Without further ado, let's do it. Issa, Bonnie and Clyde.
And play.
Oh, 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Ça commence comme Bonnie et Clyde, black on the door. J'connais 2-3 de tes meilleurs défauts. I was down, 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 mais j'suis revenu encore plus fort. Fort, j'ai que ça à faire. On tape des braquages et pour nous c'était drôle. Ma chérie, dis-moi si tu tiens bien, la police est déjà sur mes côtes. What's up, what's up? À la base on était que des potes. What's up, what's up? Tout ça pour virer, j'attrape et tu sautes. What's up, what's up? Tu penses vraiment que je penserai aux autres? What's up, what's up? Tu sais qu'à la base c'était pas de ma faute. What's up, what's up? What's up? What's up with that? What's up? What's up? La côte dont tu parlais, je sais que tu voulais qu'on parte vers la mer. Ça fait mal, 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 mais je pense qu'on fera l'effort. Si on vit par le sang, je pense qu'on crèvera de la même façon. Cache ma misère, la façade m'empêche de m'en tirer indemnisé. Le cœur dévisé, le problème des visages. J'ai misé pour indemniser mon avenir et richesse. Dis-le-moi qu'on s'est évité un regard excité. Candidat, t'assumes et marqué, je te laisserai pas rater. What's up, what's up? À la base on était que des potes. What's up, what's up? Tout ça pour virer, j'attrape et tu sautes. What's up, what's up? Tu penses vraiment que je penserai aux autres? What's up, what's up? Tu sais qu'à la base c'était pas de ma faute.
Wish I spoke French.
What was that?
I said I wish I spoke French.
I know.
Tout ça pour virer, j'attrape et tu sautes. Tu penses vraiment que je penserai aux autres? Tu sais qu'à la base c'était pas de ma faute.
Sketch my name.
What's up, what's up? À la base on était que des potes. What's up, what's up? Tout ça pour virer, j'attrape et tu sautes. What's up, what's up? Tu penses vraiment que je penserai aux autres? What's up, what's up? Tu sais qu'à la base c'était pas de ma faute. What's up, what's up? À la base on était que des potes. What's up, what's up? Tout ça pour virer, j'attrape et tu sautes. What's up, what's up? Tu penses vraiment que je penserai aux autres? What's up, what's up? Tu sais qu'à la base c'était pas de ma faute.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Mike Ingram. What's up?
Don't ruin this man's song like that.
Oh, true. Sorry. Damn, sorry, Issa. That was Issa, Bonnie and Clyde, everybody.
It lost a full point because of you doing that. I mean,
Oh no!
Sorry, bro.
It's actually a full color.
Oh yeah,
Right?
true.
Yeah,
Colors.
it lost a shade.
It lost its shape.
Dang, man, so sad. Sorry about that, Issa.
Great. I wish I knew what it meant, like you said.
What the French?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to try to make our feedback, tailored to what we can actually say. Like, so we can't say much about the lyrical content unless Mike, you are speaking French
Are you fluent?
and we don't know about it.
No, I got by in France for a little while with the Spanish that I knew and some cognates. My French is terrible.
I see. I think first of all, like, so it seems like it's a vocalist and they got a beat from some other source, maybe their friend or whatever, and they mix it together. And from that standpoint, I think it sounds really good. Like,
Yeah.
production wise, like, it doesn't sound like it's just sitting on top of the beat. The beat is surrounding the vocals very well.
Totally.
The vocals are very easy to hear, very clear. It seems like he enunciates very well. Stays on the beat a lot. The vocals are really smooth. Yeah, I think the delays are perfectly placed. There's layering there that sounds really good. A catchy kind of earworm of a hook. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Is that another shade color? No. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah. So that's my initial impression. I think it's very professionally sounding, very well done from that angle. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The production is not always this good.
Yeah.
Definitely really good production.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Vocals sound good. There was only one or two spots that there was like an ad lib secondary vocal that came in. I thought it was a little bit outside of the mix. It could have been sort of sitting in there a little bit better, or maybe it was just mixed, relatively too loud to the regular vocals,
Mm-hmm.
or an EQ thing with that. But yeah, overall production was really good. In terms of like, I personally felt like there were points where it was a little bit repetitive.
Yeah.
And parts that went on a little bit longer than they maybe could have or should have. But yeah, I mean, just props for having such good production, and I'm sure the lyrics are great.
Yeah. The lyrical content.
Mike,
what about
do
you,
think?
Mike?
Yeah, I agree about the production. There's not like when I open up something and the link is for a SoundCloud, of course my brain is just like preparing itself for like
Disaster.
the possible spectrum of things, because like people put great stuff on there, but a lot of times, when we get booking emails for Canopy or something, and it's somebody's like bedroom rap that they record. I mean, like, and it's just it's just recorded with a Audio Technica like computer microphone, and it's a beat they pulled off of YouTube with like some YouTube Ripper program. Like it's just
Yep.
like so it's nice to go and like immediately it comes in, and that happened to us last week too. I remember what the name of that track was. It was the Shinobi, right? Was it, or no, Shinobazu.
Shinobazu, yeah.
Yeah. That track was insanely good. So yeah, this as well, it was nice to open up the orange and yellow of SoundCloud and be like, oh God, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, lyrical content, I mean, like, I think Americans get hung up really on everything needing to be made for us and for our ability to understand it. And so it's like it doesn't really, like, it's kind of nice to hear somebody's just like, listen to this and grade it. And if you don't understand it, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I agree.
and so, like, I think that part's fine. I mean, I think there's plenty of songs that I know that you look at like Gainsbourg that have where I'm not really picking up all of it, but the emotion is there and the vocal prowess is there, things like that. But I think the beat and the hook was enough on this song to and honestly, sometimes languages that sound better than English, the way that the vowel sounds roll off and things like that, it contributes to the kind of sound of the song, and that sounded great to me. So yeah, it didn't take me too far out of it. Of course, I would like to know what's being said by like reading it sometime, but yeah, no, I was pretty happy with that. I agree with that, whatever that other vocal was, but I was trying to figure out if maybe they did like the recording separate somewhere else.
Are you talking about the high vocal, like the very high vocal, where it was just kind of it by itself?
I don't think it was. I can't remember. I don't think it was a really high vocal. It was just. It was like towards the beginning, sort of.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like nitty gritty from me, like there was a point where just like the high vocal was there, and I just wasn't like the biggest fan of the performance of it. Maybe sounded a little squeaky, but in terms of like, it was there throughout the whole song, and when it was layered, it sounded really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, this is like a really solid, well put together song. Issa, thank you for submitting it to us. How do I say thank you in French? I don't know. You probably speak English though. He typed it, so yeah. Thank you very much. We got scores. Merci.
There we go.
Merci. I'm not trying to appropriate, but yeah. We got overall ratings, everybody.
Yeah, let's do ratings.
Josh.
Okay, I'll go.
For me, I think it's radio ready. And I wish I had the lyrics. So I think it's radio ready for sure. I wouldn't really change much on the production side of it. I think it was a little bit repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like a 3.4. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't change much.
I mean, I personally would change the arrangement. I would take out a whole verse probably, and make this one of those shorter songs. Make it a sub 3-minute song.
Yeah.
And I think it would be great. I would listen to it on repeat if it were shorter. It just kind of felt like it dragged on for a little bit too long, and that's common. It's an easy fix. You know, you just take a verse out and change some transitions and whatnot.
The intro was kind of long too.
Yeah, the intro was a little bit long, but it kind of left me wondering like what's going to happen. It was
Hmm.
just like the same chorus. Like maybe the chorus happened too many times. You could probably take a chorus and a verse out,
Hmm.
and it would be like the perfect length,
Hmm.
in my opinion. But yeah, I would because I would restructure some things. Probably like a 2.3 for me,
Hmm.
sort of because it's like the production's really good. It's like sort of that's that 3.0 component,
Yeah.
and then the 2 is like having to redo some production stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it'd be for me.
Got
What
you.
about you?
I said 3.4.
Oh, 3.4. And then Mike,
Yeah.
what about you?
I'm at like a 3.1. I would
Split the
agree that
middle.
there's a couple things that I would probably tweak as well. I think maybe the editing pen that you're talking about, maybe cutting a verse out might be smart, or if you were doing something like this would lend itself to a pretty cool feature, I think, as well.
Oh yeah.
And so that would kind of change up. It would pull the ear a little bit back. So something like that would maybe make sense to me. So yeah, I was about 3.1.
That I like that idea a lot. I think that would work really well for this kind of track, especially to have
Instead
a
of
feature on
feature?
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, to
Have
change it
somebody
up
on
a
a
little
verse.
bit. That's
That'd
true.
be good.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Issa, you got a solid 3 from us.
Yeah,
Thank you
just
very much.
call up Mo Pesci and get a feature on that, and then you're gonna be
Oh
good.
yeah.
Dude, from what I've seen with Mo, he's like very goofy and stuff.
When is is he playing at Record
He's like
Day
a
or
funny
when?
guy. Like, does he do R&B? Is that a good idea?
Oh,
It-
like yeah, no, he thinks he does, and it's really cute. But he's very very good at what he does. Like
Okay.
I think he writes and flows very well, and the personality and everything works out very well.
Yeah.
I don't know on this track it would be kind of fun to hear him play around with it, but yeah, just if there's anybody who's always down for a feature.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And Issa, I don't know if you're from Champaign or anything, but yeah, like hit up some of these other artists. Like, we'd love to see more.
It could be an
This sounded
AMA.
really good.
Could be an AMA recruit.
Oh, maybe.
Might be. But either way, we've got another one on SoundCloud here.
Oh yeah. So looks like. Oh wait, Jacob Johnson, right?
Yeah.
So
there-
we skipped one. You did one.
he
we should-
resubmitted the same song twice.
Oh, so which
So
one should we
the
do?
second link, I don't know if they're different links or if they just got submitted twice.
Oh, you did one. Oh
But
yeah, okay.
The second entry that
So
says you did one.
Mike, if you see Jacob Johnson and there's a
Yeah, I
Yuda
got it.
one, yeah,
Yep.
the second one. We'll go ahead and pull that one up. Let's see. So this is Jacob Johnson, a stream favorite of ours. He's been with us since the very beginning.
Yeah, he's
Thank
been
you,
on a lot of
Jacob.
streams.
Yeah. Is this something more recent? Okay, 6 months. Yeah, it's a little more recent. We told him to give us some more recent stuff. This is a work in progress, so we're gonna get our hands dirty here because he's still working on it. We can make this, the best release possible for him. Let's see if there's a description. There's no description, but looks like Jacob Johnson is just chilling. Is he smoking? Is he eating something? I don't know. In the album art. But yeah, this is Yuda 1. Mike, do you have it ready to play?
Yep.
All right, so this is it. Jacob Johnson, Yuda 1. 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm sharing with you my cheeses, telling you all my secrets. Booty looking like peaches, you fit in my puzzle pieces. You cooking and I'ma eat it. Full of so yeah, I like it. Your story, oh yeah, I swipe it. You saying you wanna write it. Hit me up past 10, I'ma ask for something. Ass on the sink, goddamn, why you stunning? Booty so big, goddamn, yeah, I love it. Fake ID, but it ain't say McLovin. Shorty real short, but she let me put it indoor. We ain't never switched, but she do love Nintendo. We be in the car and she fogging up the windows. Everybody looking
Bars.
us okay, we got 10 though. She a double D, she be packing on the weekly. Bad little mama doing everything to see me. She be trying to slide to the crib for the Fifi. Shorty on the knees with the repeat, singing.
Jody's on the knees with a pee-pee. Did I hear that right? Jacob comes with like funny bars.
I know.
I think I heard something like Nintendo, she a Switch or something. Like that was. He's dropping some bars. That was cool. Jacob, send us a
Oh.
finished song, bro.
So short.
I know.
So
Keep
short.
sending us short songs.
But great bars, man.
Yeah. First impressions.
I mean, that's the top level one. I like that sample. I think it's fun. Good bars. Just fun energy. There were some things with mix that I thought could be improved
Mm.
with just like the bass was a little bit awkward. Again, it was just like a little bit boomy. You can have big, powerful bass, but it doesn't have to be boomy. It has to be controlled. So I just thought that could be improved a little bit. And then the snare sounded way overcompressed to me. There's a level where like you compress the snare and it starts to sound better, and then you go past a certain point and it loses all of its dynamic range. Again, it's just a flat transient. That was one thing that I felt. The snare was really up front, but really flat. Would have wanted to hear a little more of a punch, more pop that sort of hits you more with less compression, actually. So that's kind of my main impressions. What about you?
I see. My main impressions. I want to ask Jacob to see if he's produced the beat or if he's coming from it as a vocalist that's just mixing it on top of the beat.
It said, didn't it?
No, it didn't say anything.
Just on SoundCloud it says production and vocals by Jacob Johnson.
Oh shit, you right. Okay, so
it is a work in progress. It says
produced
on our spreadsheet.
and vocals by Jacob Johnson. Thank you very much, Mike, for saying that.
Yeah, and I was actually I'm glad that I looked there too, because I was going to ask if that was an SWV track that was chopped up, because it sounded like it. It's a great that's a SWV track is one of my favorites of theirs, and there's a really good, it was like the Hip Hop All Stars remix of that track. I think that was the one SWV track that had an early Jay-Z on it, actually.
Oh, nice. Dang. What's SWV stand for? I didn't even know.
Sisters with Voices. They just did a Versus recently. They had one of the peak songs of all of the 90s with this. They had a track called Weak that was like ruled the charts for like 1995.
Dang, you called that too? Before looking at the description? Deep cut. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I agree with Josh. I was more listening to the vocals and the lyrics just because like I'm a hip hop artist, and I was listening to the bars because Jacob always drops funny bars like what is it, like butt looking like peaches, ass on the sink, like just shit like that. That was making me laugh. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
I think Jacob's artistry in terms of his delivery vocal wise, I think it's really good. I think where we can definitely help him is just production.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he sent us a work in progress that we can at least maybe put in our 2 cents. But yeah, my overall vibe, it's a fun song. The lyrics make me laugh every time, man. And you make me like double take in my mind, like, oh, that was a cool bar. That was a little clever bar. So I like that. I like listening to stuff like that.
Yeah, Jacob, your delivery is very.
What about
very
you, Mike?
Good.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to get too deep into a song that, you know, like it's unfinished and it's that short. You know, it's just like you know, ideas on a page basically. But like we have rappers that come to open mic night that like do that. Like it literally, like, you know, I've got this, they'll even like loop a track that they, you know, just have an idea for, and then, you know, spit on the spot. And you know, that's a good way to workshop stuff. It's just really hard to like throw a grade on it, I guess, like, or, you know, like the idea of it. Like I think your notes about production are good, but like I don't know how much, like that's probably good things for him to ingest. But he might already be thinking that stuff, and it might just be like this rough that he put out. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of even better use case for like us being able to review stuff that's in progress.
Yeah.
Because then when we make suggestions, they can actually be, you know, implemented. So, but yeah, do we want to go into any more detail, or do we want to try to do ratings?
I mean, I can't say too much on the. Like, I think my expertise is on like the vocal mix, and I think it was decent. But yeah, I think for this listen, I was paying attention to more, of the lyricism. So, do you have like more specific mix kind of pointers for him?
Does he ever?
Yeah.
Well, I think what I said before were the main things. Just like make sure that your bass is controlled. And I know it's very tempting when you want to make the bass in your song sound really big to just turn it up or to just EQ more low end into it. But there's an art and a science of making people feel big bass. And it's not only by just adding more. It's being strategic about what frequency ranges you're actually boosting. For instance, side chaining stuff. So like having a punchy kick that you side chain to your mix, or sometimes you can even like do it with your bass guitar and your drums in a way so that they both kind of hit at the same time and do some cool compression sidechain stuff. But yeah, that's the main thing. And also like bass is really hard to nail with with consumer audio setups often,
Mhm.
because if you're in a small room, those room dimensions are going to work against you and your speakers.
Mm.
They're going to create standing nodes in your room, and it's going to sound like there's more or less bass in different frequency regions because of the wavelengths between your walls.
Mm.
That's a problem with small rooms, less than big rooms, and most of us are in small rooms.
You-
So that's an issue. Mixing on smaller speakers can make you put too much bass into the mix because your speakers are not giving you enough. So just get a pair of reference headphones that have enough bass to be able to really nail that stuff and hear it.
Mm.
If you want to mix sub bass, get something called a sub pack. Have you heard of those?
No.
A sub pack is this thing that you can get for your chair that uses like conduction, almost like bone conduction.
What?
Yeah, on your body, and so you can feel the sub bass, and people use them for mixing too, and you can really accurately feel what your bass is doing
That's ridiculous.
in a small
man.
room and with
That's
smaller
crazy.
speakers. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, just bass is one side. Make sure that drums don't overcompress things. It's tempting because every time a signal gets louder in your DAW, your brain says, "I like that. It's louder than it was before."
Yeah.
You always need to, when you compress stuff, you need to be adjusting your gain. Try doing it with your speaker volume low and raise it up, and get some perspective around your ears. But just make sure you're not overcompressing stuff like that. Vocals sound really good. Vocal production's great. It's just the drums and the bass stuff and some of the backing that could maybe be cleaned up, EQ'd a little bit more precisely. Maybe some compression tricks and overall mixing strategies. But
Cool.
yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, that was as usual. Thank you very much, Jacob Johnson. Love the energy. The funny bars are appreciated over here. And in terms of production, I hope Josh's in-depth detail can help you finish this work in progress.
See, I'm always more about live performance when it comes to hip hop because I book live hip hop, and so my only thing for that is, please, dear God, when you're playing live shows, I hope that you're not rapping over your own vocals. That's the only thing I like.
Yes.
And if you are, because that's how you came up, learn how to do it without it, please.
Yep. Jacob Johnson, we believe in you. I think he's out in LA, right?
San Jose, I think it said.
Oh, San Jose. Oh, how do you know? You know more than I do. You're a better host than I am. Where's it at?
I just try to read shit. I don't know.
Oh, it says #Chicago though.
Oh, okay. Well, click his name.
Uh-huh.
Click his name, then it'll take you to the.
Damn. All
Interesting.
right.
So
I
he's-
see. San Jose.
Oh.
All right. I don't want to dox the man too much, but yeah, if you guys out in San Jose, see Jacob Johnson live. Jacob Johnson, you better be rapping not over vocals.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of ratings, I mean, I think it's a work in progress. I think Josh gave out really good tips on the mix. I don't think it's all the way there yet to be released, and it needs to be probably longer than a minute. But yeah, it's probably a 2.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. Rounds to a 2.
Mm-hmm. Mike.
Yeah, it's a 2. But I'd
There you
like
go.
to hear. I'd like to hear it when it's done.
Yes, Jacob. That's the thing, dude. When you're sending us all these snippets and work in progress, like, we can't wait to see when it's done. So
Yeah, I mean,
send
either
it our
way,
way.
it's great. Like, it's great for you to send us the work in progress ones. We like reviewing them, and if it's helpful for you, keep sending them.
Mhm.
But we do also want to see what you've got in terms of your finished stuff. We
yeah,
definitely
man,
wanna
and I
hear-
need some weekly like ass lines about booty cheeks and stuff. Like I
every
need that,
week,
man.
Jacob.
I
We've got
need
another
that.
one from Jacob on deck for next week. 'cause
Yeah.
I don't
He's
know if we-
probably sitting there like, why don't y'all follow my stuff? Like, I've been putting the finished tracks up with all of your notes.
That's true. Yeah, I gotta follow.
Yeah,
this man.
well, we'll
I
definitely.
follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Jacob. But
course.
yeah, okay. I think that's the last track for this week, though. Mike Ingram, everybody, one more time, round of applause.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Oh,
for joining us.
thanks.
2-timer.
You give us like an awesome perspective of like the musicians that are around here. Like you have
Yeah.
a whole story and like you can plug them. Like it's
Uh-huh.
awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I've spent basically my entire adult life booking or playing shows in this town, so I've been lucky enough to make a living doing that for most of my time. So, while still trying to not be the kind of person that only does this for money, because most of the time there isn't any in it.
Wrong place
But
for it.
yeah,
Yes.
but I really like, especially with open mic nights, it's always been really nice to have people come to do those and get to watch them grow. And like, if same as this, like if they're like, oh yeah, what should I do? Or like, they're learning how to do stuff. I have a wealth of knowledge for that kind of stuff. So it's cool to see people come up and form bands and partnerships and relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
How about really fascinating,
it's been
well
really
done music.
really helpful to have you and your experienced perspective on this show, and just for all the artists who are joining. Um, it's been awesome to have you on 2 times in a row, and guesting here. And hopefully in the future, when we've got our platform where we're essentially doing the same thing, but at a larger scale, helping artists refine their craft. Mike Ingram, you will be part of that, and helping artists out directly with stuff, whatever projects you're interested in working on or helping out with. That'd be
Yeah,
super
I want
cool.
to say also from the chat, Mike Ingram has been canceled. He canceled himself. At least he canceled his position on the board. Oh, that's true. You did cancel yourself.
Yeah,
And
that's
Pesci
that's
ain't even here to defend himself, Mike. What the hell?
yeah. No. Pesci doesn't need like Pesci's presence, whether he's there or not, exists, and we go back and forth a lot, but but wow, Carissa, with your fake name on here, I don't really
Hey, doxing her.
maybe put your real name on here, and maybe we'll talk.
Let's go. They have called out. But yeah, thank you very much once again for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Friday evening is a very special time. So, do you have anything like last things you want to plug? You plugged a bunch of shows. Like,
Yeah. So again, tomorrow is like the first time. XL in Maine is one of the the only local places we have. CU, CD, and vinyl still exists too, but XL's been around for a long time. We've done a lot of really big record store day shows, and had big national bands come through. This we didn't get to do one last year, so this will be kind of our dipping our toes in the water back. Great acts tomorrow. Very excited about it. So it's from noon to 6 downtown, outdoor show. Some of the folks that we listen to today are going to be there. Check out the Exxon on Main Street page for the event, and yeah, it'd be great to see some folks. It's
Sweet.
free.
it's free too. Sheesh. Come on, people, get out there.
Yeah, me and Chris will definitely be there.
Yeah, that'll be
Sweet.
awesome. Cool, guys. Well, without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and end for this week. One more time, Mike Rickham, everybody. Thank you very
Woo!
much. Woo, woo, woo.
Yes,
I need a
and-
soundboard.
And thanks to everyone for watching. And then Chris, before you end it, you should go to the
What'd
thank
I
you
do?
screen afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah, again, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back every Friday at 5:30. Follow us on socials and follow Mike, of course.
Yeah.
Mike has been sharing the shit out of all our posts, which we very much appreciate.
Love it.
So thank you for that. And again, thanks for joining us, Mike. Hope everything goes super well tomorrow, and looking forward to everything.
Yeah, dude. Happy weekend. All right, y'all. That's it.